Hey everyone, welcome to a new day 365, my channel on addiction, relapse, and recovery. My name is Jim. So I'm 61 days sober today. 61 days sober, and that's a good thing. I have 17 months of the last 23 months sober. 17 months of the last 23 months I have been sober. I had a 6-month relapse, which now, looking back, was a blessing. It sucks at the time. It was a hellish relapse, man. Right? I almost died. My body was shutting down. And though I wish it never happened, I can now see that it was something that needed to happen in my recovery. And I'm not giving myself an excuse to relapse again. I'm just saying, for what it was, it's been a blessing. So last night at the meeting I went to, one of the topics was a spiritual experience. And some people have this boom, flash of lightning, burning bush type of spiritual experience. That has not been the case for me. I have more of the educational variety. It's a series of events that happen over time, and sometimes I see it as a spiritual experience after the fact, right? So for me, the spiritual experience is a change of perception, a switch in my thinking. And looking back now, I can see with a new perception, a new way to perceive events, I can see that almost all events in my life are a spiritual experience. Those that I perceive to be negative and those that I perceive to be positive. They can all be spiritual experiences. So I know, since I've been in treatment, I have had a couple experiences sitting in the rooms of Alcoholics Anonymous or in the rooms of Narcotics Anonymous. I've sat there and this feeling has come over me. Something I could see, feel, touch, smell. Just this overwhelming, not overwhelming, but there's this overall sense of contentment and serenity. But it was fleeting. It came, it passed. I could feel it in the moment, and then it was gone. But it was this moment, this feeling of just okay, everything's gonna be all right. Everything is good. There's the treatment center I'm at. And that was a great thing. And then last night I had this experience it's no coincidence that a group of drunks have gotten together inside of a church to discuss God. Right? Is that a coincidence? I don't think it is. That in itself, I think, was a spiritual experience. But I'm talking about this shift in perception. For 6 months I relapsed bad and I was hating my life and I was losing everything, and I just thought, oh my God, poor me, poor me, poor me. And how can that be a spiritual experience, right? Well, since coming back into the rooms of AA and actually reading the book and trying to understand the program that lies within those pages of the big book of Alcoholics Anonymous, I've come to realize that this is a program of living, a program of a new way to live. I've been given a gift and a treasure. And all it takes is open-mindedness, honesty, and willingness. And all I really need to do, become willing to hand my life over and let the higher power of my understanding control the outcome of events. I give up control, right? I just kind of let go of the reins and just make my choices and decisions and let God take care of the rest, which He has always done. But my perception was always negative, and whenever something happened, it would be about me or to me or against me, right? And my perception is changing. So when I relapsed, looking back now, I can see how that was a gift, because I wasn't working my program like this when I was sober last time. I had shifted my attention from being sober and working recovery onto other things, other people, other places. And I took on too much at once, and when I got back in my relationship, my focus was on that and trying to save that and protect that. And I stopped working on me. Because the problem in my life is not alcohol and drugs. The problem in my life is this, my thinking, right? As a result, I have to use drugs and alcohol to cope with what's going on in here. But I've turned it over. And I've realized that it's not all about me. It's about the people whose lives I touch. It's about helping the next person. My addiction, my relapse got me into the hospital. It brought me homelessness. Technically, I don't really have an address that is mine, right? I have plans for after treatment where I'll go back into sober living, so like I'm not going to end up on the street. But that's all because I was able to get myself into treatment while in the hospital due to a failed intestine, to a paralyzed intestine. Like, had I not gone to the hospital, who knows where I might be sitting today, right? I don't know if this makes sense, but this is just, I don't know. My perception is slowly shifting. And so I saw my kids the other day. I went and saw my son for his grade 8 graduation. I spent the night with my kids, and I saw my ex, and I'm grateful for that, because like, you know, although it wasn't a hostile visit with my ex, it also wasn't like, it served a purpose. The purpose it served is to show me that relationship may not be healthy for me. As much as I wasn't healthy for her, it may be that she is just as unhealthy for me, right? But I was able to see that just through the interactions we had with each other, or the lack of interaction, right? But that's okay, because I might be on I guess I'm on a different path now. I need to focus on myself, on my recovery, but more on what I can do for other people. And sometimes that's just in letting them go, right? God has a plan for me, so long as I choose to keep doing the next right thing. The future is, I can't even guess what might happen, but I can. And even if negative things happen, with the shift of perception, I can see them as a chance to grow, right? They don't have to bring me down. They don't have to take me out to using again. I don't know. I just want to talk about spiritual experience a little bit, and this has been mine. And look at me, like I get to be out in nature all the time now. That is a spiritual experience. Learning how to handle situations which used to baffle us, you know? Learning to be kind to people. Learning not to get so angry. Learning to laugh again. These are all spiritual experiences. Maybe one day I will get that burning bush or that flash of light type of spiritual experience. But just for today, I'm happy with where I'm at. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Love you. Bye.